Hello, this is Keith Lamont, working on AI War 2. We're going to continue with the list we identified a few days ago. So the first thing on the list here is to seed just a few interesting strategic objectives in the initial area that you can see at the beginning of the game. Because you can always see your the planet you start on, and then 2 hops out from that planet. And there's always sort of a ring of sensor scramblers at that 2 hops out distance. So what I'm thinking we'll do is just pick 2 or 3 of those distance 2 planets and put something on them. Something to give you kind of more of a choice between which one you go for to break out of your initial zone. I mean, there's also the resources that are now easier to see because of the galaxy map display mode we added last time. But more than just resources to help you make the decision is good. So, excuse me. I'm going to go here to mapgen. I mean, this may wind up actually being entirely external code. This could be something that any of you could have done if you like programming in C#. We'll see. I'm not sure if it'll wind up being entirely external. We'll see. So there's the normal entities, special entities. Interesting. Okay, so here's where it seeds the sensor scramblers, and then there's an advanced factory, an advanced starship constructor, 5 experimental fabricators, 4 experimental turret controllers, 3 data centers, 4 coprocessors, a super terminal, 4 ARSs, 2 nuclear warhead silos, 2 EMP warhead silos. No lightning warhead silos? Why are there no lightning warhead silos? Sounds like something we need to fix. They're supposed to be lightning warhead silos. Yeah, I've never noticed. We'll stick with 2 of those. Yeah, those you could afford to have more of those in there, but each silo, the lightning warhead silos, have more warheads in them than the others do. Yeah, okay. So, and then there's a golem, and 3 golems were picked randomly. And then there's the nasties, a couple nasty things, and then flagships. So I think what I'll do is I'll seed 1 flagship, 1 golem, and 1 ARS as a start. Let's do it at the beginning. So yeah, we want one of them. We want minimum distance 2, maximum distance 2, and then no particular distance from the AI homeworld. Let me make sure that -1 works for that parameter. It's in core. Yeah, I'm often tempted to kind of just move a whole lot of this stuff just in bulk out into external, so you guys can get at it. But the difficulty is then I don't get line numbers. I like line numbers in my error messages, so I generate lots of error messages. Okay. Okay, yeah, it looks like it handled -1 just fine. I figured it did. But, a golem. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but hey. And then an advanced research station. That's going to be on the AI side. Now, one thing is that not right? Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking, because it's the way I was writing this, and I could resolve that syntax error, but I'm not gonna. The way this is written, it's not going to enforce making sure that it doesn't put the golem and the flagship on the same planet, for example. I don't want it to stack them up. I don't want it to be obvious which one you take. Very frequently. Sometimes it might, you might see a particular golem. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. That's okay, but. So rather than me writing this for these things to have reference to each other, because like down here in these things of the same type, like flagships, all have reference to each other. Although actually, whatever. My point is that like data centers, it's not going to stack these up unless it has like less than 2 planets or less than 3 planets. So we're going to do this a little bit differently, a little bit more to the point. First, let's get a list of planets to seed on. Okay, so if distance equals 2. Yeah, I'm going to refactor this a little bit. So let's put this target distance. So we're right here. We're just taking, and for those of you modders, I mean, this is a very useful function right here for doing something for all planets within X hops of another planet. Very, very useful. Planets to seed on. Add planet. All right. actually, oh, that's kind of interesting. I don't really want a list. I want Arkin random drawbag planet. And this is mapgen. I don't really care about using new here. There's tons of memory usage with these sorts of looping delegates that modify things outside them, because it has to create closures to do that. Okay, so we're gonna pick a flagship type. We're gonna pick a planet and do not replace. We're taking the ball out and when we're done with it. And then planet, seed, this is the thing to do. And they'll put them in the inner system, which is fine, yeah. Goody data. Goody plan. I'm gonna be a little bit cute. Tags to seed. I don't really want to duplicate that code when there's no particular reason. No, there is actually a particular reason to do so. Never mind. So, yeah, that's usually what happens. I get clever, and then I realize halfway through that's not as clever as I thought it was. And that is the explanation for many, many things in our games. All right. So, Golem, Advanced Research Station. Now you might think I'm done, but if I was done, then these flagships and golems would be in control of the AI, which I would find hilarious. You probably would not. So we're going to get the neutral side. For those two. And the Advanced Research Station will be AI controlled, and that's desirable. At least that's the way it is now. So if drawbag has items. And one thing this thing doesn't handle very gracefully is if you actually have, for somehow, fewer than 3 planets that are 2 hops away from your home planet, for instance, if you're playing a snake map or something like that, then you're not going to get all 3 of these goodies seeded. So here's what we can do to deal with that. On the other hand, you know, if we seed all of them on one planet, then that's kind of a big advantage to playing on those map types, because for the price of 1 planet, you get all 3 of those. But those are pretty special map types, and so it's better to not have them be penalized. So basically we just get a copy of the original drawbag, and then so if we've picked our last one, then we want to copy it from the original again. I'm just going to do that each time. And we won't do that. Well, I will go ahead and do it down here, because I don't want to in case we add a fourth one. I don't want it to break for some odd reason. Okay, so that should actually be it. It should now see those things correctly. Let's see if my guess is correct. Okay. Yeah, here is an advanced research station, a hive golem, and a carrier starship. Now, it may be that we will find that this is being way too nice. Getting a hive golem may be way too strong for this part of the game. But we'll see. I can always become meaner. You may have realized that. Yeah, this is kind of busy. Well, one thing at a time. So let's go ahead and check that in. So this is and I'll reword this. A random flagship, golem, and ARS are now seated within. What is that about? And we'll check this. Yeah, that's just what I did. This right here is an unrelated change. One of the nice things about being able to edit the project files is I can replace all those source includes with just this, because I just got all my source in one source directory for the universal project. The bad thing is that gets overwritten like whenever I delete a file, or often just even create a file. It's just kind of weird. But oh well. Okay. Put that here. And yeah, just for kicks, I'll go ahead and stop the recording here and get the video up, so you can see that not every video has to be an hour and 45 minutes. No, they're not all that bad. But thanks for watching, and thanks for your support. It's fun to see this come together.